Guys, so today we're going to start chapter 1, solving simple equations. And we're first going to start with one-step equations. So remember, the most important thing whenever you're doing one-step equations, whenever you're moving across the equal sign, right here, you have to do the opposite operation. So for example 1, letter A, you want to move this -7 over to the other side of the equal sign because you want to solve for x. In order to do that, in order for that -7 to cancel out, we are going to be adding 7 to both sides, -7 plus 7. That cancels out. You are just left with x. And then -6 plus 7 will give you a +1. So, if you want to double check your work, you can plug 1 back into your equation. I'll do that in green and show you. So we have 1 minus 7. Does that equal -6? 1 minus 7 is -6. -6 equals -6. So we checked our answer and you are good. For the next one, we are solving for y. So in order to do that, because we want y all by itself, we want to bring this positive 3.4 over to the other side of the equation. So whatever sign comes in front of your number, it is attached to it. So just like in letter A, the negative was in, or the subtraction sign was in front of the 7, so that makes it a -7. If it helps you, and you would like to, let me erase this right here so we can see what I'm doing. If you would like to box so you can see that the sign is always right in front of the number, you can also do that as well, but you don't have to. But anyways, back to B. So we want to bring this positive 3.4 over to the right hand side, and it is a positive, and we want to get rid of it. We have to do the opposite, which is subtracting. So we are subtracting 3.4. 3.4 minus 3.4 will give you 0. You are left with y. And then we're going to subtract 3.4 on the other side. 0 minus 3.4 is a -3.4. And remember, we would like to check our work. That's the easiest thing to do, to make double check to see if we got the right answer. In order to check your work, you are going to replace y with -3.4 in your original equation. So I have -3.4 plus 3.4 equals 0. Okay, so if this is a true statement, then we know that we got the right answer. So is -3.4 plus 3.4 0? And the answer is yes, so that's why we know we got the right answer. So whenever you're doing these, the most important thing to remember is you are using the opposite operation whenever you are moving across your equal sign. Make sure you're drawing this bar down so you can really see both sides of the equal sign. It's easy to distinguish. And then the second thing is to make sure that the sign, you're looking at the sign that comes in front of the number. And then checking your work is super easy. Just plug in or replace whatever answer you get into the original equation for your letter. And on letter B, it was y, and on letter A, it was x. Okay, so pause the video. You're going to try the next 6 on your own, and then we'll go over them as a class. Okay, so by now you have unpaused the video, and we went over those 6 in class, so we are going to move on to example 2. So example 2, we're going to be looking at using multiplication and division in order to solve for your variable. So if we look at your first one, letter A, you want to solve for n. And in order to solve for n, we have to get rid of this -3/4. So in order to do that, since you are multiplying the -3/4 or -3/4 times n, you want to do the opposite, which would be division. But if you remember, whenever we divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of negative 3 over 4 would be a negative 4 over 3. So you're going to multiply, let me draw my line of equality. You're going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is negative 4 over 3. Negative 4 over 3 multiplied by negative 3 over 4 will cancel out and just give you n. And then if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me just show you the work really quickly. Negative 4 over 3 multiplied by negative 3 over 4. Multiply across, you get a positive 12 over 12. 12 divided by 12 will give you 1. So they cancel each other out. You're just left with n. But now we need to multiply on the right-hand side. What I like to do is you can put your whole number over 1 and just multiply across. Negative 2 times a negative 4 will give you a negative 8. 1 times 3 will give you 3. And then if you want to change that to a mixed number, you can. Whoops. So if you change that into a mixed number, you could also get that n equals, if you don't recall how to make that into a mixed number, you think to yourself, okay, so how many times does 3 go into negative 8? That would be 2 times. How many left over do you have? 2/3. That kind of looks a little messy. So either answer would be acceptable. This would be an improper fraction. This would be a improper fraction, and that's a mixed number. So the biggest thing to remember is whenever you are dividing fractions, you are multiplying by the reciprocal. Okay. If you're looking at letter B, you are going to be solving for x. Once again, you are multiplying, so you are going to be dividing each side by pi. Let me draw my line of equality. So when you divide pi divided by pi will cancel out. That will give you x. And then don't let the pi confuse you. It's just the same thing as saying if you have 2 divided by 2, that gives you 1. If you have 4 divided by 4, that also gives you 1. Same thing with pi. Pi divided by pi, that will also give you 1. Same thing. And then 3 pi divided by pi. So how many pi's will go into 3 pi? That would be a total of 3 times. Or what you could do is you could cancel the pi's out. Same thing like what I did right here. Pi divided by pi will give you 1. And then you'd be left with 3 times 1, which will give you 3. And then if you want to double check, you can. So if you plug it in, I'm going to replace the x with 3. So I have pi instead of my x, I'm going to plug in 3. Does that equal 3 pi? Yes, it's just in a different order. You can rearrange this so it looks like this. 3 pi equals 3 pi, and that is correct. So that's how you know you got it right. Okay, so you guys try the next 3 on your own. Pause the video and we will go over them as a class. Okay, so by now you should have unpaused the video. We just went them over together as a class. Whoops, and we're going to move on to example 3. So on example 3, you are going to figure out what value of k makes the equation true. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute my values down here for k. So this is my equation. So let's see if negative 15 will make this statement true. So what I'm going to do is replace the k with negative 15. So I have negative 15, and then I'm going to rewrite the rest of the equation. Plus 4 divided by 0.2 equals 5. You're trying to figure out if that is a true statement. And in order to use our order of operations, you have to remember PEMDAS, or some people remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I'm just going to write that over here. And Sally. And then that will help you with the order of operations. So P is parentheses, we don't have any of those. E is exponents, we don't have any of those. M is multiplication and D is division. We do have a division problem right there, so we're going to do 4 divided by 0.2, and then so we'll bring down our negative 15. 4 divided by 0.2 will give you a positive 20, and then you're just left with negative 15 plus 20, which will give you 5, and 5 equals 5, so we are good. So negative 15 is our answer, and that is that. So if you guys don't have any more questions, you're free to ask me, but I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.